I'm Jill Schlesinger, editor-at-large.
And I'm Jack Otter, executive editor.
In today's reality check, bankers are getting their checkbooks ready. So, Jack, new bank fees, costs, taxes, levies, whatever you want to call it, coming into the banking world from the Obama administration. Good idea or bad idea?
I'm going to surprise you here, Jill, and I'm going to say I'm actually in support of this. I know, I'm breaking form. I think it's a good idea.
And let's go back and just explain what this is. The government plans to impose a 15 basis point charge, 0.15%, of a bank's liabilities, what they owe, but not all the liabilities. The liabilities less the insured deposits and the shareholder equity. The government says this is a way that we can tax risk that the banks are taking. And by the way, it does hit more of the investment-oriented banks, Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley, much more severely than it would a depository institution like JP Morgan Chase. So why is this a good idea? You are like a free market capitalist kind of guy.
Well, on the last point, that is one example of why it's a good idea. I mean, the depository banks really are like utilities. They're something we all need. They basically serve a good in society, and so that's great. The Goldman Sachs's, I don't think they're evil, but I do think that they are essentially hedge funds. They are trading money and they're making scads of money on that trading. And you know what? They're taking a little bit out of society every trade they make. So taxing a little bit of that to take it back in society is fine with me. But my big reason here is that, look, you can't tax Alan Greenspan for keeping rates too low. You can't tax the homeowners who bought houses they couldn't afford because they're underwater. So where can we get the money to pay back TARP? Either you spread it across everybody or you put a little bit more of an onus on the guys who caused this problem in the first place.
Well, although you're saying that they really caused it, and their response in these commissions that have been held now, the Financial Crisis Inquiry Commission is convening.
Which you actually watched.
Which I believe I was one of the 4 people who were watching that. Their position is we did a bunch of bad things, but everyone did a bunch of bad things. Why are we getting called out for it? I think that the problem that is going to occur is the banks don't have a real firm leg to stand on here. It's bonus season. They're in the eye of that storm. They have all these inquiries going on. These are on-the-record conversations under oath that can be used later in litigation. They've got to be very careful. I think they're actually breathing a sigh of relief on one hand because they're saying it's not a bonus tax and it's not a transaction tax. So at the end of the day, do they have a way to fight this?
Their lobbyists will fight hard, but I think they might lose this one. I'd like to see the transaction tax, but that's not going to happen.
Transaction tax not going to happen. Bank fee going to happen. They're going to have to change the name of this. It's a very long name. Just call it the bad bank fees they're going to pay. And that's your reality check. Thanks for watching.